Hello and welcome to the PM Show, your weekly roundup of what's new and going on in the PM world. How are we doing this morning, gentlemen? We all good?
Fine, thank you very much. Not too bad at all.
Yeah, I'm all good, thank you.
Good,
Yeah.
and in fine fettle. That's the thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Very nice. Very nice. Anyway, as I say, quick weather report. Very nice down in here. You guys? Showery,
Not bad,
very
actually.
showers.
It's nice and sunny. It looks a bit black over Bill's mothers, as they say around here. But
Who?
yeah, definitely.
Exactly. Who's Bill? Where's his mother live?
Yeah. Is she a popular woman? Just saying. Anyway, everyone seems to know where she lives. I haven't heard that one before. That's a new one on me. So, yes, all good down in here. So, we're getting back to modelling season, which can only mean one thing, loads of kit releases. As I say, we went through that drought in the summer, literally and metaphorically. And now we're inundated with kits. So we've got lots to go through of the pre-orders that have suddenly dropped and are literally here as well in one. As well as obviously Matt's got some of the latest releases next to him down there as well. Looking very nice. So where do you want to start, Matt?
Start at the top.
At the top. Right. As I say, well, we've spoken about these a little bit last week, didn't we, on the new releases we got here, but you've got a few down in there, I see.
Yeah, no, obviously Unimog's in, so that's
Yeah.
come in and it's been whatever, so that's...
Yeah, and it does come with the Mercedes badge in the kit.
It does, yes,
Yeah,
apparently. I've got a note on the side, but yeah, I'm sure you can do that in UN as well.
Yes, I would have thought so.
Yeah.
Ongoing thing. But what did turn up was this.
Nice.
So this is Special Hobby's new Cobra 48 scale. And
Very,
you get
very
a lot
nice.
of
Look
snap,
at the
but
interior in
snap.
that. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. Because this has been re-released by ICM as well, isn't it? In that,
Yeah.
Because we
Comes
was a
in
bit confused at first, but no, this will be one of many flavours. I'll take it of this because it's Special Hobby. Sorry.
Yes.
So I thought we'll get that in and have a look. But this is the high-tech one, as they call them. So yeah, you do get all the bits and bobs.
Loads of resin, bit of 3D printed, photo etch. Nice.
Yeah, might be worth a review of that, Phil. Actually.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So that's come in, and then there was another version of which is the Academy Reeboks of the Texan, the T6. Did one with the trainer one, and then this is another version of it. Obviously, these are literally only just coming this morning, so by the time you watch this, they will be in the new arrivals for you to look at and see how much they are. So that's interesting. And then, as you can see in the background, I'm not even going to get this because this box is huge.
Yes.
His Trumpeter's F-35C is in.
We've got
a quick pre-order, so that one will be going out to somebody. But yes, they're in as well. That's huge.
It is a big
Well,
kit.
it's a huge box. I don't know what it's like.
As I say, we'll have to get our hands on one and see what the raised stuff is like. Is it over the top or if it's normal?
I'll try and show what I can. There you go, look. So lovely bright markings and schemes you get with it.
Grey, or grey.
Grey and grey, and then spin it round, and there you go.
Very nice.
There you go. So yeah, that is a box and a half. Like, I didn't realise that. I knew it was going to be a big box, but yeah. So interesting to see. I reckon.
Some beast, isn't it?
It is. Well, that one there, we were looking it up last week, and it's 8 foot wider than a B type. So it's still more A and Bs. It's 8 foot wider because it's got the bigger wings on it and all the rest of it. So it's a lot bigger.
Well, this is a big 49 centimetres long. Or,
yes,
you're working 495.
Yeah. But it is a big old lump, I must admit. It's nice to see the C. Does this mean we might see an A and a B type out of them? Who knows?
I don't know, because obviously you've got the thingy of the A already, don't they? Italera, as we see from Red Fox Studios, was it, yesterday? Released the interiors.
Yeah, the interior for it, yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know, that's quite under-thingy, the C, isn't it? Really represented, well, it was until all of a sudden, you know, we're getting a glut of them in different scales. But
it's easier to do an A and a B, isn't it, together?
Yeah.
Than a C, because it's completely different.
Wing sections and bodies and whatnot. But yeah, no, interesting one to see. Again, it's I'm wondering if that one has its history with Panda, because obviously Panda were doing a 30-second one donkeys years ago, and they had out the B. So, in CAD form and all the rest of it. So we saw some mock-ups of it as well. So I don't know if that's where that's coming from. Now we're obviously out of Kitty Hawk and that part of the world, and that we might be seeing it under I Love Kit. We're not sure yet, but
We'll
it'll
see,
be interesting. See what happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
The thing with Panda, they're always detailed, but they know how to make it difficult, don't they?
Yes, this is what we were talking about on yesterday's show. How some kit manufacturers seem to just deliberately make them bloody awkward and overcomplicated where it doesn't have to be. But yes, definitely.
That's just the way the world with them at the minute, though, isn't it?
It does seem to be.
And the other thing, while they're in front of me, that we've had in, or I've ordered in, is these.
Yes. Old school.
These are proper old school Asagawa weapon sets. So I've only got the three of them in.
Yes.
They are pretty cheap, actually. They're not they're not very expensive, and like I say, they're always useful if you do have Asagawa kits, because they never come with any weapons, do they? But I like this set with the little van and the pilots and ground crew. And
the crew van.
I think that's a pretty cool set, to be honest.
Is that 72nd? Or?
Yes.
It's 72nd, yeah. So there you go, look.
Very nice. I tell you, it's a blast from the past, Ian. That takes me back to the 90s.
Even the instructions, look, they're proper old. Look at that.
Yeah.
80s more like, isn't it?
It is. It was probably released 80s, coming up into the 90s. But when me and Matt were talking about, when we were saying about getting them in, it was that thing. Under here, I've got another cupboard that runs under here, and it is full of the 48 scale weapon sets from Hasegawa. Because back in the day when I did commissions, Hasegawa kits didn't come with weapons. So you had them down there and you used to mix and match out loads and things like that as was required. So it was pretty much a staple you needed to buy weapon sets. And it goes the same for those with the 72nds as well. So, and again, you get some nice options in there, some nice little figures and things like that for your dioramas in 72nd, and they'll still stand up to today. Just give them a modern uniform.
Do you think it was a bad decision of theirs, not putting the weapons with it, or a genius decision, not putting the weapons with them?
Again, it's funny how you had always that thing with Tamiya released what you needed and you didn't get any more, type with their kits. Hasegawa always went through the notion of not putting anything at all. Usually you got the fuel tanks and maybe some sidewinders for aircraft, but that was it. And then Trumpeter came along and gave you all the ones you needed and a load you couldn't even fit to the aircraft, and it doubled the packaging, wasn't it? So it used to have that thing. You got 4 sprues to build the kit and 24 sprues full of weapons that never went on that aircraft anyway, but hey, you've got them for your spares box. So, different ways companies went with it all. It was an interesting thing. But let's face it, Tamiya tried to do it with the Tomcat only a couple of years ago because the weapon set was going to be aftermarket for it. And to be honest, that's why I ended up with so many of those weapon sets, because when I went through a spell of doing Tomcats, the only way you could get a Phoenix missile in 48 scale was with the weapon sets. So that's why I ended up getting lots of them until Italeri released theirs. And it was almost cheaper at one point to buy the Italeri Tomcat just for 4 Phoenix missiles out of it, dump the kit, and then put it on the Hasegawa one. It's crazy where we lived in back then, but there you go. But no, interesting
kits. They started, don't they, now? Fine Molds obviously do a few sets of weapons as well. It's a very Japanese manufacturing thing to do.
Yes. Yeah. No. Yeah, because Meng did some as well, didn't they? Some weapons sets, and then we saw the AMK weapon sets as well.
Yeah, not that Meng are Japanese, but they went down that road, didn't they? I forgot about Meng doing the 48 ones, but I don't know. It's interesting. Like I say, it's a bit of a throwback, in it, a bit retro.
It is a bit retro, but as I say, some nice ones down in there.
Yeah, if anybody wants them, they will be up later on. I didn't realise actually how many sets they did, because we've only got a selection. Do you know what I mean? But they did actually quite a few, didn't they?
Yes. So, they did A through to whatever it is, Z. And then obviously with 48 scale as well, they did A through, I think they went as far as F on that one as well. I think one of the later ones was target drone sets and things like that were in them, which is a blast from the past. Set
2 and set 8, I think. And I don't know, the pilot one's different, isn't it, and ground crew. There's a load of others in between. So
also they did, I know it's not available at the moment because we would have got them, they also did a very nice Navy set as well. And it was the carrier one, so you had all the different
Tug.
top coats with a tug, and you had obviously this catapult guy. I remember building those for my mock-up on a kitchen table once.
So yeah, anyway, they're in as well. So all good. All good. If you just want to flip over to the clearance bit.
Clearance.
We've still got some stuff in the clearance bit.
We have.
So, the SUs are in there. We've still got some of the Meng left.
Yeah.
If anybody wants the Meng, and, some more Zvedsta. There's quite a bit of that. Well, loads of that gone, to be honest. But yeah, some good bargains in there. If anybody's still interested, they'll be there till they're sold.
They will. So if you want to grab some of these, grab them now, because as I say, 25% off, brand new boxes. Very nice.
And the Trumpy stuff in there and that. So yeah, all good.
Very nice. Love a Wellington.
You gotta love a Wellington, haven't you?
Gotta love a Wellington. So yes, very nice as well. Some nice bits of armour down in there. Then obviously we've got the figures.
Yeah, the Asagawa 35B.
Yeah.
So it's a good kit.
Very nice as well.
So yeah, once it's gone, it's gone. But
very nice.
Refresh it as and when.
Yes, that's it. So keep checking back regularly on that, because it does change, doesn't it? We tend to add stuff, and obviously stuff goes out of stock and various other bits and pieces.
Yeah, don't want to overfill it. And then I think it's Great Wall in the specials, isn't there? A few Great Wall bits, as in the F-15s.
Yeah.
So the little ones, which are cracking kits, and the little ambulance and whatever. So yeah, that's not really been changed out. That needs to be updated at some point. But we've been a bit full on with stuff coming in. So
yes,
still got a load of damaged boxes and that. But yeah, so
very nice.
We'll get round to doing that. So yeah, it's going to be mainly about pre-orders this show. As if we are getting a glut of them coming. I'm going to take that literally. We're going to load of them coming in. Definitely by the end of the week.
It is.
Run through. Zukimori 109 doing. That's coming in. Okay, we've got the Kai Phantoms. The Japanese Phantoms, Zukimori, they're doing. We've got the Armour Hobbies Hurricane Dieppe is doing, and we've got the Eddard stuff. So the Wildcat, the B26, the what else was it? And the Tempest, the Ultimate Tempest. They're doing as well. And I can't think of anything else. I think that's it, but that's quite a few in one batch. But really, the main one, obviously, I think is the 109, Tsukimura 109. People's been asking about when it's coming and all that. It is literally doing, I think, today with supplier, and we'll have it by Friday. So get Andy on that. And obviously, that was a pre-order as well. So they're going to go out. That was a short pre-order. And the other pre-order thing we've got going is we mentioned it yesterday, and this is like uber short because it's available. We're just getting numbers in. Is the Hobby 2000 B26s and the Sky Raider in it, which is Asagawa kit. So I've been best in scale by a country mile because literally there's not much to go up against with them. So people are getting the names down. Like I say, we've had to order in what we think rather than you putting your name. So there is a limited amount.
So it may be on a first come, first served, isn't it? That's what we're saying. Because obviously me and Matt had to make a decision on numbers yesterday before this even went up. So what we said was, I think the easiest and fairest way, it will literally be on a first come, first served. We might have a few left over, we don't know, but we've taken a punt at what we think you guys will want. So that's what we've got coming in. So, but it's always very difficult to know. But the great thing about these ones is obviously they come with cartograph decals. We did say the other day that one of the downsides to it, that obviously it wasn't so long ago we saw the Eddard reboxing of it, but I know some people struggle with decals, and obviously these are cartograph with it and come with really nice markings as well. You've got good marking options in these, and you get a mask set in as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I was saying to Matt yesterday, it's a shame that everyone does the Hornet boxing.
Yeah, it's very famous.
Yeah, I know, but you think I know, and the Tamil one as well. Somebody had shaked up a bit, and because there's one with the was it the 4-leaf clover on it, or
which is yes.
Yeah, there's different ones. It's just a shame that they all seem to
There's not that many squadrons use them, though, is there?
No, I think that's probably a little bit of the problem. When in this one, like, who's this? This is VA 176. And again, it's quite a famous one because that's the one that shot down the MiG, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it was the first propeller aircraft, I think, in Vietnam to shoot down the MiG. So, yeah, very, very good job on that one. So, but again, these kits are absolutely lovely. They're old school, but really, really nice. And as I say, 72nd, they're both best in scale by a country mile. As we were saying, like the Sky Raider, you always had the Hasegawa ones, a gorgeous kit in 72nd, and then obviously you can move up to Tamra in 48th, and then Trumpeters, your only punt is you know 32nd with it. So very nice indeed. You've got some nice options in there.
Unless you want to build a ground up one with the Zukimura kit, if you can get it. I don't think you can get the Zukimura Sky Raiders anymore.
Yeah, I don't know if that's even available at the moment. So
I think, to be honest, it's that's an in-depth kit.
Very,
it's
yes.
Like putting things in pistons, barrels in pistons, and literally make the engine fire up. You cut the thing because it is that detailed, isn't it? But
yes.
Yeah, I think you picked the right option with doing your Trumpy one, to be honest.
The Trumpy one, the engine is absolutely gorgeous on it. It's fully detailed, but just to the level where you're like, that's nice. That'll do.
It's enough. Because once the car
comes
on, what you're going to see anyway.
Well, this is it. Yeah, definitely.
Unless you're going to start surgery and cutting it all open and stuff, which I think you can probably leave the Zukimura one open, I think, or off or whatever. But, it's,
But how would you display a piston inside a...
It's only from the rear anyway you can see it, isn't it? If you take the back of the engine off, you can see the wheel with the pistons all on the offset as it goes round. And I think that kit is the only way you can physically see it. You can't see it from the front because you've got the reduction gearbox on there.
Yeah, it's actually got. You actually can see it actually has the pistons inside the.
Yeah, inside the pots. Yeah.
You'd have to open up one of the cylinders to be able to.
Yes, it'd be like a technical drawing. Yes, or you can do that one, which is a lot easier, which I'm working on at the moment. But this one's got fully detailed all the ribbon inside as well. Yeah. So
I think it has to keep it stable, though, doesn't it?
I think it does do, yeah, because it's quite a chunk.
It's a big lump, partner.
You could. I'm not going to say it again because I got done for being politically correct again. But if you did want to,
yeah.
So anyway, we've got lots of pre-orders up on the go at the moment. Some of these obviously will disappear shortly because obviously we've got them in here for the Lightnings, but they're in now, so that can be moved. And various other ones down in here. We've had quite a lot of interest on the AMK Super Tomcat.
Yes.
Literally, because it's got all the resin and goodie bits. It's going to be the definitive Tomcat kit because you get the radar with this one, the gun, and all the aftermarket is all in one box, which is done by them. Some of it's 3D printed as well, some photo etch, you name it, it's got it, and it does look absolutely stunning. We've had loads of interest on those. So it'd be nice to see that.
So we appreciate it's not cheap, but for what you get for it,
it can be one of those nice ones you could pop in your stash safely because no one's going to do anything better than that. As we said before, I've done a thing about that one against the Tamiya one. Tamiya one's so much easier, goes together as an absolute dream, but bang for buck, you do want to go for the AMK one. So very nice indeed. Some really good stuff on that one. So that could be a nice little one stick in your stash for a rainy day.
I think what we'll do with this F-35 is we'll leave it up to the end of the week and then we'll close it because obviously people watch this show because we only put it up. What day was it? Last week, Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it was a late one, wasn't it? Because they came in when we had them.
It just dropped, didn't it? We didn't even know. That's the thing with Trumpeter. We were saying we don't know when they come in or what. They kind of don't give dates, so it just turns up. So it's hard to do a pre-order on. It's the same with Academy, isn't it? Because we're on about that Academy A10.
Yeah.
It's supposed to come out this year, and it'd be lovely to be able to do a pre-order on it, but we need some dates and times and at least, some lead time of when it's going to arrive. So, I mean, literally the Hobby 2000 stuff was dropped on Friday afternoon to our supplier from the manufacturer and said, right, I need it for Tuesday. Basically, I need numbers for yesterday. Yeah. I was like, well, that don't give no time at all, does it? So, that's why we've had to do it, is if we just got a load in and once they've gone and whatever. So it's a shame because they're good kits as well.
It is, yeah, absolutely.
We could have done with a bit more lead time on that.
A bit more notice on that would have been nice. But again, it's one of those things we were saying, it's like nothing comes along. And then every now and again, you'll see something just drop. And that was a classic example. Yeah. And other stuff, we're told it's going to drop and then there's a delay. So
I think The other pre-order that's probably doing within the next few weeks is the Beaufort from ICM.
Yeah.
Because that was doing in September. So they seem to be now back on board and stuff. I'm waiting for the helicopters. When the helicopters come in.
Yeah, Sky Crane. There was a little thing about that I saw on the internet actually last weekend, I think, but no affirmed dates yet or anything else. I don't think it might just be rumours floating, but...
Yeah. I know, obviously, with everything being up in the air, I'm just glad that they're just releasing anything, to be honest. We've seen some new stuff full stop. So, no, fair play. Hopefully it'll be before the end of the year, but we will see. So, yeah.
Definitely.
That's it. So we'll do some questions.
We can go to questions. So, question 1 is from Paul, and he was asking basically, do we have any latest information on the Hobby 2000 Harrier? 48 scale, GR79?
Yes, I do actually. It's on its way. Just sit tight. It's still happening.
Yes.
So yeah, all exciting.
It is very exciting with that one. Some nice markings in there. Steve says, fellas, hope you're all good in the hood. Are we? Are we all good in the hood?
Always down in the hood.
Matt's in a hoodie. Me and Matt are more polo shirt, but yes, just seen AMT are releasing the Razor Crest, or is it Quest?
Crest.
Do you know if there's much difference between them? I don't know. The weird thing is AMT don't seem to have a crossover. They tend to do their own, don't they? We've seen it in the past. So I don't know if this will be a reboxing or if they have done their own.
No, I think they've done their own. Because I think they've done their own. Yeah.
I think they've done their own. I think it's their own kit. I doubt we'll see it.
No, because the trouble is that's a US one.
It's the licensing thing. So there's obviously they've got something in America. We've got Revell, so I doubt it'll come over here unless you actually purchase it from the States.
Yeah.
Because of our Disney work, isn't it? So
yes.
Don't ask us to pre-order it and stuff because I don't think we'll be seeing it. It's not to be honest with you. I don't think the Revell one looks absolutely bang on. So
absolutely, yeah.
See. Yeah.
No, I must admit. Go on.
I was going to say, I think the AMT one's got some way to go to beat the Revell one.
Definitely, because don't forget the Revell one is actually a Polish one, so it's got the really nice plastic and it's got no flash on it. It's actually a really smart kit. It was the first one we saw that had come through from the Polish side of things, so it was like, oh, that's nice. It was like night and day between their old kits and that one. The thing is, AMT have always traditionally done their own, but they've always had the licensing. Star Wars and then obviously Disney. So the way it actually works, if you're not aware, is that Disney has 3 zones. They have the US, North America and all the rest of it is one zone. They have the European and then obviously you have the Pacific. And each area has specific tie-ins to various companies to do it. So you've always had the trouble, like with Bandai kits, for instance, it got knocked on the head immediately because allegedly Disney jumped on the distributors for selling across the world. And they weren't allowed to do it. So that's what knocked that on the head. And that's when we saw, obviously, limited edition boxings redone by Revell of Bandai kits coming through. But again, we haven't seen everything. We've seen selective items come through. But again, they are sort of filtering their way through. But as far as I know, we've never seen an AMT kit over here since that all kicked off. So...
I know they're like Star Wars. This is really like one of the first Star Wars kits AMT. Who used to do the really old ones? Was it MPC in the 80s where they did the C3PO and
the old
R2
90s, 80s and 90s stuff? Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if this is not their first one, so I don't know if they've only just got that. We'll have to see. I don't know. Like I say, it's how they work. Because of the Disney licensing, it's.
It is a little bit of a minefield, and let's face it, we've always had problems with that because Disney enforce it religiously. So other companies aren't quite as bad.
Hey, what I can't get my head around is like world trade. Now it's it's easier to buy stuff from anywhere in the world than it's ever been, really, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Take price of postage out of the way, but it is. You'd think from like their point of view, they're advertising their own product again. It's this F1 thing again, isn't it? You can't buy that in this country because it's I don't.
The thing is, if they have zones, then they get licensing fees from 3-4 different companies.
It's all about the moolah, isn't it? Let's be honest, they're not daft, but It just restricts stuff for us as modelers or Lego, or I don't know how Lego works for Star Wars. Is that just worldwide, or?
I would have thought so, because Lego,
only Lego, isn't there?
Yeah.
I suppose it's different from manufacturers of model kits and stuff. It's a shame, because I think really we're being penalised because of the licensing, especially like the Bandai stuff, as we've said, because that is top drawer, isn't it? But anyway.
Never mind. Gareth says, "Good day, chaps. I'm looking to upgrade my cheap Chinese eBay or any other sites are available airbrush for a proper one. My max budget is 200, and I've narrowed my options to one of these three: the HS Evolution Silverline PFC 2-in-1, or the H&S CR Plus with a single needle option as a 2-in-1, or the Iwata HPB or HPC 2-in-1. Is it sad that I've got all of them?
I've got 2 out of the 3.
The thing is, yeah, I'm going to say I have all of that list, which are there. You can maybe just see the corner of it there. But at the end of the day, I only use this one, which is my daily runner now, and has been for the last 5-6 years. And again, it's one of those ones where I can't honestly say go out and buy any of the others, because I think this is a far superior airbrush. And considering I've had this one now for 6 years, we are still technically on the first seal set for this. I've never replaced the seals. It has had a new needle, although it didn't need it, but I did it as to show, and all the rest of it. But I can honestly say this thing has just done the job every single time. And also it's got some nice features. Now, I know you've got the PFC as well, which will have it, but the controller for the Mac valve, or the micro air controller, on these works really well. You've got a good feel for it. The trouble that I find with the ones on the H&R brushes is it's very all or nothing. You can either bring the air pressure back to nothing, or you've got full on. There's not a lot of dial room in between. So in some ways it's a bit, also it's really clunky because it's around the neck and trying to change it, where this is just easy because it's at the front. So go through. The Iwata, obviously, don't forget, this is technically a clone-ish of that anyway. But honestly, I think this one here would stand you very well, which one have I got? I can't remember which you call it now. Is it the
PS
210? That's it, the PS 270.
270.
Yeah, 270. So I don't know how much these are. Matt, do we know what these are these days?
No, I don't. To be honest, they have gone up. I don't know. They're not.
They have
expensive.
gone up.
They're
But
nowhere
they're not
near
expensive.
200. They're nowhere near £200.
You'll get
I'd
lots
say-
of change.
130 quid, I'd imagine, sort of like
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably around that now. Yeah.
what we were paying from a while ago.
But don't forget, you've got a lock off at the back, so you can dial in how much paint you get all the time. And you've got obviously the Mac valve, obviously on the front for dialing in your air pressure. That's all you need. I run a 0.2, but I do know they do the 0.3. Is it? No, is this running a 0.3 or 0.2? No, this is running a 0.2, but they do another flavour with a 0.3, don't they?
They do a 0.3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there ain't that much difference between them.
No,
Is there?
there isn't.
Not
I
really.
can't tell the difference. No. But yeah, really, really nice. And I think bang for buck, and something that's got longevity. Because again, I stick everything through this. This has enamels going through it when I'm doing extreme metals and things. It's got lacquers through it all the time. It's got acrylics going through it. And actually this week I even sprayed good old fashioned extra acrylics through it. And it still performed admirably, no problem at all. Quick rinse out, good to go. One thing I would say, and I think people do it far too often, is do not strip your airbrush down if it's fine. Give it a flush out at the end of your airbrushing session. But these people are obsessed with taking their airbrush apart every time they finish using it. Why? You know? I don't even, look, I can be really honest here. I don't know if I've got a camera on close. Let me bring this right down. I'll be honest with you. I sprayed this and I don't even clean it out because look, sorry, which one are we on? Look, I've got paint in from spraying yesterday afternoon. I can't be bothered. I just leave it in there. A bit of lacquer thinners, blow it through and I'm good to go. You know?
See, that's all right. That's all right if you're a lacquer painter, because you can do that. It'll just melt yourself. A bit different if you're an acrylic painter.
Yeah, just stick some lacquer thinners through it and then blow that out. Be fine.
Not good for the nozzle though. But I don't strip mine. I just blow it through. I do clean every time I finish. I'm not that bad as you, but I don't strip it. I can't remember the last time. I tell you, I think the last airbrush I had to strip down was my Evo, normal Evo.
Yeah.
So I put through it, but the nozzle had just got gunk in it.
Mm.
It weren't a full strip down. It was just the air cap off and take the nozzle off and just ungunk it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But no, just no.
I think
you just risk spending needles and stuff. You know what I mean?
I think my Pro Convoy I've stripped down once in all the time I've had it, and that's got to be a good few years now, because it's got to be 3-4 years, isn't it?
3 or 4 years we've had them.
Yeah.
Mine's not been used yet. See it behind me. I don't think. I might have used it once.
So that's the man who's got too many airbrushes.
Yeah, it is. And he still goes out and buys new ones all the time. He bought one the other week.
Yeah, but I was curious to see how them cheapo ones off Amazon work. Do you know what?
That's what I use all the time.
It ain't that bad.
Well, I say they never are, just to start with. It's just a couple of months down the line, isn't it? That's what I've always said.
We'll see what happens with it. But I have an airbrush fetish. I admit it.
And shoes. So
no, not now. I'm off shoes.
I'm off shoes these days. He can't afford it now. He's got his airbrush.
I don't go anywhere to put my shoes on.
But yeah, honestly,
Matt's the first member of the AA, Airbrush Anonymous.
He is.
Yeah.
I have a problem. But honestly, people ask all the time about them, and I've been harping on about these. We don't sell them or anything to do with it. There's no kickback at all. But honestly, I think these airbrushes are bang for buck, head and shoulders above everybody else, easily. Because technically what you've actually got is an Iwata airbrush there with all the goodies on it in a bargain package. And especially if you're new to airbrushing or anything else like that, if you want to hit the ground running, then obviously grab yourself one of these, because as I say, I am the worst person with an airbrush ever. Look, I don't even clean them. And it's just that thing where it's reliability, it works, and it does what it says on the tin. It should be called Ronsil, not Pro Convoy. But yes, it's the Pro Convoy PS 270. I run a 0.2, but you could put a 0.3 needle set through it. Wouldn't make any difference. So, really good bit of kit. And for the price, as I said before, it's a bargain. So, go for it, Gareth. You won't be disappointed. Okay, Lindsay says, hi, gents. A couple of questions for you. One, what is the best CA glue you have used? Do like magnet. Oh, hello. Hello.
Can I just... Did
he won the lottery again? Your computer has a virus. Right, okay. So, yes, magnet glue. I have to say, I've been using it now for the last couple of years, isn't it, Matt? We've had these in?
I think so, yeah, 1.5 years at least. I like my magnet glue. I think it's really good glue.
Yeah. It's one of the few ones that doesn't go off really quickly. It seems to be as soon as you open them, they go off and they lose their bite. But this is really good. And say using it with CA and talc is brilliant.
Yeah,
I tried that yesterday. Well. Sorry, Andy.
Go
on, Andy. I said the Black Widow's good as well.
Yes.
From AK. Both.
But you make sure you shake it very, very well. You need to wake it up, otherwise it's really gluey.
Yeah, it don't work as well, does it?
It doesn't work as well.
The dye separates from the glue, so you need it in there. But no, I tried the magnet yesterday with the talc trick.
Yes.
It goes off fast, doesn't it?
Do you make a nice little sludge?
Well, I made a sludge, but it seemed to go off quick. Is it supposed to?
You make it a little bit wetter. And then as soon as it goes to, soft peaks, go for it.
Soft peaks.
Did you use Johnson's talc or Boots talc?
Johnson's, I think.
Oh, that's what you're going to say.
The thing is, you do need to make it a little bit wetter because it will go off really, really quickly. But that's the great thing with it, isn't it? Because you just trowel it on. I did the trick on this one. 2 bits of Tamiya tape down each side and then just lather it on so you've got like a 0.5 mil line of it and then just sand that in one. And I must admit, this is gorgeous because it's completely seamless. No problem at all. And it only had one coat.
So glue first or talc first?
I always do talc. It's talc first, and I make a little well in my little pot, which is here, it's still full of it. It looks like I'm an addict when you see this. It's like, but yeah, it's definitely talc, then glue in. So you've got a thing, fold in, whip it round, and just add it until it's wet. But it's got to be a wet mix. You don't want it too dry because otherwise it doesn't spread nicely. And you should get a good 5 minutes playtime out of it.
Oh, I don't know. The first mix I did yesterday, it was the talc first, and then I put the glue in, and it literally went off. It was like just a lump of it on me.
You need more in there.
Cocktail stick.
Yeah, more definitely. You need more.
Yeah, I did do a wet mix after and figured it out and used it. But yeah, it was like
if it's dry, it'll just turn to a crack rock.
It was just a crack. It was. Yeah, it's a crystal, crack crystal.
So
yes, not that I know what one of them is, obviously.
Yeah, I watch it on telly.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so we'll see how it stands because I did it last night, so I'm going to try it because on my B25 I needed to do a little bit on that. So I was testing it in case I need to use it on the seam.
Yes.
Top seam.
Yeah.
So all good. So that's it, really. That's this week's show.
That's this week's show. Good job. Okay, dokie. So remember, if you want to get all your stuff, don't forget it's all the paints and all the glues and all the tools, not airbrushes, but are all available on the site. So if you want to go off and grab any of those, we will just mention it's a month away this weekend to Flory Fest.
It is.
It is. So that's going to be a full weekend's load of entertainment. Obviously, we're going to have specials and various things up and done, and we will do some building this time. So it's a full-on thing. If you remember what we've done for the last couple of years, because obviously there was no Telford, and that's how it sort of started. Well, we've sort of done our own version of it now. So we'll be live for you all day Saturday evening, and then obviously we'll be with you on Sunday as well for a bit of a mammoth right the way through.
First, though, we've got no, that's after, isn't it? Turkey Shoots.
Turkey Shoots literally 2 weeks after it, or whatever it is. No, it'll be about a month after it, I think, isn't it? So we'll be okay.
I think so. Yeah, blimey, full on that is.
So a full-on one. So we have got that one coming up.
Hey, just a pre-warning, we're doing 2-hour stints.
Yes.
Because it's too much to do 3 hours.
The slack bladders can't go 3 hours.
I can't concentrate for 3 hours.
He needs a nana
2
nap.
hours is plenty. So they're going to be... So what we'll do then, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. Saturday evening. And then Sunday morning and Sunday afternoon.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. Gee, are we being sponsored?
We should be.
Sponsored.
What, by Red Bull or something?
So yeah.
Giant Monster Munch, that'll do.
M&M's.
M&M's. You still working your way through?
To be honest, I am. Yeah. They're bad because they're there in the tub now. And you just.
That's it. Every now as you walk past, you come through.
Yeah, yes. I'm taking a bag for somebody else tomorrow because I've got the other bag left, and I said I'd let him have it. The chocolate addict that I know, I'm going to give a bag to him because I'll be diabetic by the time I'm finished.
That's the reason why I resist them, even though we've got them.
Yes.
I tell you what I was looking for. I have to admit, I know we always talk about food on here, but I was looking at peanuts, like kilograms of peanuts.
Yes.
Which would be really fatal for me because I can munch through,
Yeah, it's a bit like me and Scampy Fries. You can go on Amazon and get the pub card ones, can't you, of Scampy Fries?
Well, this was the pub card peanuts.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
As well, but there was the bigger bags. But you can get them where they're unsalted, can't you?
Yes, yeah. Big bags, yes.
A big couple of, like a kilo bag of them. I'm like, no, leave it, walk away.
Oh well, never mind. Right, okay then, guys, we will leave it there. Matt is with you tomorrow. We've got his blog, and
when Andy's edited it,
Andy's back to edit it all, put it together. So that'll be up with you tomorrow as well. And we got is it the next part of the build?
Yeah, the second part of the base.
Second part of the base,
and then hopefully the last part will be the following week.
Cool.
And then what's the B25?
Get them out there onto B25 then, yeah.
Very nice indeed. Yeah. Cool. I'll be back with you on Friday with maybe the final part. I don't know. It just depends how we edited it. It might be a long part to the final part of the Lancaster because you can see it's basically finished off. Just got the final touches going on here this afternoon to get through with that one. And I'll be with you for the roundup show as well on there. And then hopefully on Monday, you get the next part of the actual Sky Radio. I'll be up with you as well as we make our way through. So lots to do. Remember, if you've got anything with pre-orders, please let us know if you can't pay straight away. It just makes things a lot easier because obviously with the housekeeping side of it, which Andy does, it just becomes a pain if we've got to keep chasing people and we honestly don't know if you want the kit or not. If you don't want it, say so. We can cancel the pre-order and do it. But if you do need to pull out of any of the pre-orders or anything else like that, we know it's tricky times at the moment, then just let us know. Talk to us. Just don't go quiet because we don't know. And obviously other people may want that kit, which is the main thing. But what do we do? So we just haven't sat there in the hope you get back in touch with us. We've had a few this week. Yeah.
So I've still got a couple outstanding from the Great Wall SU 27s that I've not heard at all from people, and I've sent reminders and I've sent messages to them today on the forum. So
at some point, obviously, we will just cancel it completely with you, and they will go up for sale as normal, and we'll have to do it that way. So yeah,
and then
sometimes it generally goes into people's spam or something, or they don't see it and it just goes missing. So let us know what's going on.
Yeah.
If not, you go on the ban list.
Hey, and then your name's on the list.
The list, the wall of death list. For people who've let us down. So yes, good job. Anyway, we will leave it right there, guys. Thank you for joining us today. Absolute pleasure as always. Matt will be with you tomorrow, and I'll be back with you on Friday to make our way through. So until later, everybody, happy modelling. Take care. Say goodbye, gentlemen. We're out of here.
Bye.